Hi, Marilee Spears here, the Systems Coach, helping you worry less and make more. Today I'm going to be teaching one way that you can add $10,000 to your practice in the next 30 days. Now over this video series, I'm going to be teaching you 3 different ways. And the truth is there is way more than these 3 ways, but I'm going to focus on these 3 because I can guarantee that they're going to work. You put them into your practice, they're going to make you more money immediately. And without a doubt, if you do them each and every day, each of them can easily add $10,000, if not more, in the next 30 days. Now, the good news is in video 2 and video 3, I'm going to be talking about some things that your team can do to add production. Today, I'm going to be talking about you, the dentist. What can you do to increase production? Now, it begins with a change. Whenever you want something to improve in your practice, it means that you have to change. You have to set the example. You have to be the leader. Whether you own the practice, you're an associate, or you work for a company, it doesn't matter. If you want the change to happen, it has to begin with you. So, if you don't want to change, I have 2 different ways that you can make more money this month. One is that you can double your hours. And the second way is you can work faster. You can cut all your treatment time in half. But if neither one of those sound like good solutions, then it's going to mean that you have to change the habit. What we're going to talk about today is how you can change your treatment presentation so that you get better conversion rates, so that you get more people saying yes. Okay? So what happens a lot of the time in dentistry is that we tell a patient what they need, and then we tell them what the solution is. We tell them how, like if they have a fractured tooth, or if they have fracture lines, and we say, okay, you need to get a crown. Now we don't go over at all why they need to do it or what the risks are for them not doing it. And what we found, this is something that we found in studies of psychology of people, is that you can give people a benefit or you can give them a negative, like make it a negative. And the negative is always going to have a greater pull. It's called framing. When you frame things in a positive way of, oh, you'll want to do this because it's going to save you money, that is less enticing to people than saying, you really should do this because it's going to cost you more if you delay. See, there you're actually giving them a negative, and the negative has more of a pull. And so the challenge that I'm giving you is that for each and every time that you're presenting treatment for the next 30 days, I want you to give a negative. Now I know that sounds bad. Really, it's easier than you think, and it's not manipulative. It's not, all you're doing is you're educating patients about the risk that you know that they don't actually know. So what I want you to do is grab a pen and a piece of paper, and we're going to go through what some of these risks are that people face when they don't do treatment immediately. Okay, are you ready? There's 3 I want you to focus on. First, there's the financial risk. Second, there's the emotional risk. And then third, there's the physical risk. I'll give you an example of each. So financial, it's pretty self-explanatory. Treatment never becomes less expensive when people delay it. It always becomes more expensive. So I want you to write down at least three different ways that you can frame it in a negative way so that you're telling patients why they should get the treatment done now. And now would be a great time to get that filling fixed. Because if that cavity gets larger, it's going to cost more. Now would be a great time to get that filling done. Because if it spreads too much more, you're going to need a crown. The filling is $275. A crown is $1,250. These are just some examples. Okay, second of all, the emotional benefits. So talking about the emotional benefits, or the emotional risk that people run, emotional risk would be, yeah, if you put this off, that tooth could break, and that would be really embarrassing. Or if you put this off, this tooth is going to get darker and darker, and you might not want to smile. Or this would affect your smile. Okay, and then finally, the physical benefits, or the physical risk. You see, I really am a positive person, so I naturally always frame things in the benefits. So this is a challenge even for me. But really, it has more of a pull. Again, don't blame me. This is all in the psychology studies. It has more of a pull, and you're going to convince patients more if you have the negative framing. So for physical, you can talk about pain. You can say, yeah, it's a really good idea to get this done before it hurts because I don't want you to be in pain. I don't want you to not be able to eat hot and cold things. So let's get this done before it hurts. Or you could say, this inflammation is causing an infection within your bloodstream, within your entire body. And I don't want that infection to continue. That infection is only going to get worse. You don't want your body to continue to have that strain of fighting off this infection. So you're putting it in, like I said, kind of a negative frame. So for each of these, I want you to come up with your own financial, emotional, and physical risks that people are running when they don't do treatment right away. My challenge to you is starting tomorrow, I want you to use one of these. You don't have to use one financial, one emotional, one physical. No, just use one of these risk factors when you're speaking to the patient. And you'll know which one might be the best fit. If it looks like this tooth is going to break and it's up front, then you can talk to them about emotional, about how it would be embarrassing, they wouldn't be able to smile. If it looks like something that could cause pain, you can talk to them about the physical, avoiding pain. And then always you can use financial because, again, dental treatment never becomes less expensive the longer you put it off. Okay, so that's my tip for you. I'll see you tomorrow so we can talk about what your hygienist can do to improve production in your office. I'll see you then.